Hi, this is Daniel Weisbarth with Silver Knights, and I want to look at the very end of the 8th game of the ongoing World Championship match. So the white player in this game is Magnus Carlsen, and he's widely considered to be the best player in the world, and he's been the world champion for a while. He's one of the youngest world champions ever. And the black player in this game is the challenger, whose name is Sergei Karyakin, who's also a very good grandmaster. But going into the match, he was a pretty big underdog. And in fact, before the match, when a reporter asked both players who they thought the best player was, Magnus said, "Oh, I think I'm the best player," and Sergei Karyakin said, "Yeah, I think he's probably the best player." So this is the 8th game of the match that ended on Monday, November 21st, and Karyakin is black, and it's his turn, and he pushes his pawn to a2 here. So black's going down right now and white's going up. And Magnus Carlsen resigns. And a challenge for you would be just to pause the video for a minute or a couple minutes and try to figure out why white gives up. Because it's not a trivial exercise. It wasn't immediately clear to me, and I've been playing in chess tournaments my whole life, why this particular moment all of a sudden white loses. And so I'd just suggest pausing it and seeing what you can come up with. So hopefully you've got an idea, but the first thing to notice is that white can actually take that a2 pawn. White can just play queen takes a2. The problem is that if white takes, the game basically ends and black wins. So black plays knight g4 check, and white has a choice between moving their king down to h1 and moving the king up to h3. If the king goes to h1, queen c1 check. The only way out is bishop f1, and then the queen takes, and it's checkmate. If we back up a few steps, if the king instead goes up after the knight check, the queen goes to g1, and black is now threatening to move their queen to h2 to get checkmate. There isn't a good way for white to stop this. And so what white does is play... Oh, and one other thing is that black is also actually threatening knight f2 to get checkmate. So the only real way to stop those is to play bishop f3. And then the knight goes to f2 check anyways, and the queen takes, and the queen takes back. And now white is just down a queen, and will lose the game. And so that's basically it. There's no real way out here for white after pawn to a2. After the pawn comes down to a2, there's no defense, and so Magnus resigned. One little sideline is you might think that what if the queen doesn't take? So for example, queen a6, black plays queen d4, and the queen guards the queening square on a1. And if white plays queen takes pawn again, it's basically the same as in the game after knight g4 check. And if white tries a different move, like queen b7 check, black plays knight f7 and blocks the check. Now there aren't any more checks here for white, and black's next move is just going to be a1 getting a queen. And that's the end. So this is chess expert Daniel Weisbarth with Silver Knights signing off. Thanks. Bye.